God. Oh.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And may I add a special edition, a special guest, Michael Buckta in the house.
What's
How you
up?
doing, bro? The Southern California shirt.
Classic. Wouldn't have it any other way, dude.
Very true, very true. Just like the Oilers coming back 5 unanswered to win Game 4. I cannot believe that you are that tight about that, Tony. And you think you'd be more tight about Jorge Lopez. So,
Oh my God! Stop
but you're
it, dude.
you're really that pissed, though. I know we'll talk about the game last night.
I'm honestly obviously, you know who I'm rooting for here.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, we're in Edmonton. It seems like coming back from 2-0 is going to be a theme during this entire series.
back-to-back games.
You know, back-to-back games. And Stars have done it twice, honestly, and then now Oilers do it once. So again, you're on the road, Edmonton. You kind of expect them to win this game, and like we said, it's going to be a 7-game series. We're sure of it. Even Wayne Gretzky said he couldn't predict what's going to happen next. So, obviously, Stars are up 2-0. I'm pretty happy, and then yes, they blow it. I'm not happy about it.
Now, full transparency. Do you think if we didn't have so much like back and forth conversation about the Oilers and like this series, you think you would be as like into it, or what do you think?
No, I don't think I would be. Yeah,
so that's the only reason, basically.
Yeah, you're bringing it out of me, dude.
Oh man, that's kind of funny. So yeah, a lot to get to. And we do have a bunch of comments which we're gonna get to, but just wanted to update everybody on the in progress RBC Canadian Open.
Yes.
Right now, three-way tie at the top. Sean O'Hare, Sam Burns, and Joseph Brantlett. You got Stuart Sink at 3 under with Carl Juan, and then Joel Damon and Vince Whaley 2 under, tied for 6th. Very early on here. But we'll keep an eye out for this leaderboard. Rory McIlroy even through 8 holes.
Nice.
And I don't know if you saw this, but I follow this account, Nuclear Golf. And I guess they were saying with the whole thing with, his wife and the divorce, I guess literally he like served her right immediately after he won the Wells Fargo.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like an undercover snake, Tony. I know you didn't think so, but like Rory is like he's gonna like rip your heart out.
Right. So he's a slimy guy. Well, that's right. He did. We were talking about it. The freaking tennis player he dated.
Yes.
They were like engaged.
Same
Same
thing.
deal over the phone, dude.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about anybody.
No, but everybody thinks, oh, Rory's got the accent, all that.
I know, the proper Irishman. No.
Cover up, complete cover up.
Snake in the grass.
But let's get to the comments. What do we got here?
Oh my God, dude. Yes.
I think we have a Michael Butka comment.
We
if I'm not
do,
mistaken.
believe it or not, dude. Way at the top here, obviously, early and often. And we'll start off with Michael Buckta. Why not? I mean, he's
Being
right
that he's
there
in the house.
Share, baby, he says. Shout out to Kev Dude, Josh B, and AJ, wherever in the world he might be. And they also said shout out to Matt, Tony Barnes, Matty G, and Mike as well, dude. And of course, Kev Du with the Buckta Classic. And then Michael comes back with, again, talk about classic Southern California, the beaches, now the palm trees, the food, the beer, the women. My mother saying good morning. Michael saying can't forget about the weather out there. Good morning, Mom. She said it twice. That's how excited she is. Kev Du in the house. He wants to smoke Rangers tonight, dude. Need this dub. Hashtag TCA. Hashtag
Rangers
tonight, dude. Tonight, dude.
Are you robbed for the game, Michael?
Yeah. Come on.
Let's
Michael.
go.
Honestly, you better
need to be honed
Penguins,
in,
dude.
Every second.
I'm watching, Barnes. I'm watching that game. Believe me.
Let's go.
Matthew Gabriel's watching it as well. Hype for Kev Du. He is. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we have Josh B in the house, obviously. Dude. Big game today. The
Josh B.
anxiety is high, he says. We know that is definitely true right now. I feel
Right
like I'm gonna lie, dude.
brother, because you just feel like this is it. Come on.
Literally, this is it, dude. And speaking of this is it, Kev says Bernie and Matty Ice can kick rocks. Bernie kicks hockey pucks too, he says. Matty Ice, obviously being Matthew Ryan, who I'm surprised we haven't heard from yet, dude. And then
It's
Josh
coming.
B. hype for Matty G. Matthew Gabriel says, look at Bukta in the stew, dude.
Wow.
Matty G.
And then Kev Do riled for Matty G.
Even though
But he said Marty.
Marty G.
Marty Lions.
Well, I guess Josh B. also
What's
said
he say?
Marty G. Who's this Marty dude everyone keeps talking about? So that's it.
Yeah.
It's Matty, obviously.
Yeah, of
Shout out to-
course, Tony. Of course. And speaking of course, and I know we just gave the update at the RBC yesterday. And I talked to Matt right after. Just happened to be the timing of the whole thing. But well, first of all, it was insane yesterday. One group, Gaynor Brennan, whole course backed up 2.5 hours on the front nine, Tony. So kind of crazy. Obviously, you can only imagine how I was feeling about that. But just first of all, I was happy at the end of the day. Lowest round, 85, since I went out with you guys.
Let's freaking go, dude.
So, and we were talking about that, and I don't know. I don't think I asked you this. I was asking Matt on the phone yesterday. If you had to guess, Tony, how long ago was that the four of us went golfing?
Oh my gosh. It was that Thursday after the tailgate, right?
Was it after the tailgate?
It was the third, yeah, because
I thought the tailgate was on a Thursday.
But wasn't it the Thursday
following
after,
Thursday.
right? Yeah,
Okay,
it wasn't
probably
Thursday
was.
after?
Okay.
So whenever that was.
But I'm saying,
I know, when the hell was that game,
If you
dude?
just had to say something.
If that game was in April, early April? No.
No.
Was it late April, that game?
No.
Was it really that long ago?
Yeah. No. It was
May 2nd.
Yes.
No. May 2nd? It was May 2nd. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
so,
that's crazy,
May
dude.
9th. So basically, just about 3 weeks ago. And it doesn't even seem like it was 3 months ago.
3 years ago.
And you haven't even touched a club since then.
I haven't.
Earning or no?
Yeah, of course, dude.
Yeah.
Always
earning. So yeah, I just thought that was crazy. But what really just happened, and believe me, because I get that when people are like kind of delusional out in the course, and I'm sure you've probably seen it when you had like those outings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I never want to be that guy who's like, oh, somebody took my ball. But I swear to God, 3 times on the front 9, Tony, that happened. One of them, I could clearly see how it happened because the guy was there. We yelled 4, but you know the tee box that's way elevated on the front 9, the par 5, way downhill.
Yeah.
So I was up there. I don't know if you could hear us, but Taylor made 5. First shot with the ball. It's like an $8 golf ball.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones. Just not there. Plain sight, right along the cart path. Guy definitely took it. And all these instances took the drop. So 3 strokes, could have easily just then been an 82. Right. And I've just never seen anything like it. But I know you would be like this too, even though I felt like it was right. I didn't lose my ball. Somebody took it. I shouldn't have to take the penalty stroke. But just like, how like you just can't like not think, oh, well, really?
It's the rules. Like you gotta.
So just went with it. But it was the first round since we played 2 where I just felt like everything was clicking. Literally off the tee was approaching 300.
Wow.
And I had been hitting like 230.
No shit.
Yeah,
dude.
just like something about the setup. I swear to God, the setup is everything in like the direction. Right. And I feel like before I was being very lazy, full swing, and not thinking that I'm ending up out here.
Right.
So it felt really good, other than obviously longer round. But went 40 on the back 9 too. So that was like one of my best back 9s ever.
Wait, so did you say anything to these guys ahead of you that was taking the ball?
So you know what it was, and I don't know if you could picture like the hole I'm talking about, the downhill one. The second hole is coming the other way. So the green's here, the green's here.
So you go.
So he passed after I was already looking for my ball. He was already on number 3. So I mean, so I could have drove up there. Imagine John up there like raging and just saying like, "Give me my fucking ball." Like,
is that a tailor-made, dude?
No, you would have lost it too. The guy I was playing with, and you could only imagine how much I really enjoyed this. So he was just like me in terms of like very with like the pace. Come on, like let's go. Like almost has like ADD, like can't just sit at a tee box. So he literally on the 4th hole, these guys in front of us. So I don't know if you remember the fourth hole, because before that, the par 3 downhill, pond on the right,
Recall
very
that.
short, and
Yeah.
then it's tight to the left with those trees on that par 5.
Okay, yeah.
So the guys are sitting in the fairway. There's someone on the green, but they're like 250 yards out. So he's a couple minutes.
Yeah.
They're never gonna hit them. What are they waiting for? Never hit. And he literally, top of his lungs, F-bomb saying, "Hit the ball! What are you doing?" Like, I swear to God, just like that.
That's
and like,
so funny.
They're literally like, they're on the green. And he's like, "You're not gonna hit him." And then the best part is, the people he was with, they knew those people.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So yeah, it was great. But
that's hilarious.
I just couldn't believe how long it took, because usually during the week you're fine, but it's always that one group.
What was the total runtime?
4 hours and 20 minutes.
Jeez.
And I would say during the week, around 3-4 o'clock, average usually is 3.5. So it's an extra 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And really, two and a half hours in the front 9. That's 5-hour round pace.
Yeah,
like that's insane.
That is insane.
But I'm a little disappointed, Tony, I had to say. Like, Lonnie, nice compliments yesterday, and then one day later, I can't even go one day, and he's already going for a dig. I mean, what's up with that? Honestly?
I don't know, dude. Barnes, nice shirt. Got to switch the hat though, my friend.
Such a hat. Like, I need a new hat every day, Tony. Is that necessary?
Well, Lonnie, he's got a new hat for
But
every
I'm saying
day.
for you, are you okay doing back-to-back with a hat?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
and the
hat.
same
It's
hat.
not
I do that often. Yeah.
Boxers or something. Like, it's a
Right.
hat. Like, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, I think he's not saying because of it's dirty or anything.
You're saying
I think it's just like you're wearing the same hat twice.
Yeah, but I can't
different.
help it. I just, with the matching and the wearing a hat, back-to-back days. It's like a museum, honestly. I can't believe that you like the museums that much, honestly.
I mean, I don't know. I think there's I always learn a lot.
But looking at a picture, I don't get, like, you just stare at it for an hour. Like, I don't get what sensation you get from that when you could look up any art picture online.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're not wrong with that. Like, I can see what the art looks like, and I've heard like my mother, I guess a little while ago, 50th birthday, went to France, the Louvre, the Mona Lisa, and she said that it was honestly kind of disappointing in person because it was way smaller than you think, whatever.
Yep.
But I will say, this is going back years now, when I was a little kid, St. Charles Elementary School, field trip, museum, natural history. There is I don't know what part of the museum it is, but there's a giant portrait, got to be 10 feet portrait, George Washington, standing in the military dress uniform. And it's fucking I remember being a kid specifically at this painting, and it was it was blowing me away, dude. Like the detail, the coloring, how realistic it looks. It's like one of those paintings where wherever you walk in the room, the eyes look like they're looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm you gotta appreciate that, I feel. So ever since then, when I was a young kid, just had appreciation for seeing art in person, I guess. I don't know.
And right now, okay, let's say the rest of your day was clear. And no, I'm serious. And it was we're going to the Met, and we're going to spend 3 hours there, every painting, every inch of the place. You would be really excited, can't wait to do it.
I mean, I mean, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, that sounds kind of extensive to do every painting. I don't.
What an experience!
I'm just saying, I've been to the Met, and they give you the booklet, and you can see what you want to see, and then you go. And the Met isn't my favorite museum, and it's okay. I've been to MoMA. MoMA is Museum of Modern Art. Modern Art is
I've been there.
Brutal, dude. That sucks.
No, I couldn't tell you one thing. I mean, all these field trips forced to go when you're younger.
Right. No, yeah, that is, and then again, you can imagine me growing up on Staten Island. I mean, that's a field trip every year. So you go to MoMA.
Yeah.
MoMA to me is the worst because I don't know. Again, for me, the modern art, I don't get Andy Warhol with the Campbell soup painting. I don't know, dude. I get it. He was a voice of a generation, but it was a drag. You go into a room and there's just a whole canvas. It's one color. I don't get.
And even if you were about to pass out, you were so marveled at a painting. What's the longest you would actually just stand in front of it and look at it?
I mean, that's a good question, I guess. Again, going back to that George Washington painting, the painting of him crossing Delaware River. I don't know, 15 minutes maybe.
I don't know. I guess I can't imagine what to look at for 15 minutes.
Well, I mean,
I think you just see it and then I saw it.
Well, you read the little thing, the who the artist is, how he painted it, on what, when, why.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, dude.
I
I mean,
can't
I don't know.
believe
For
that.
me, especially, I'm like, you know, I don't do well with art. Like I can't draw very well. I can't paint.
Yeah.
So like to me, that's cool that someone can do that because I can't. I'm nowhere near that, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. No, just kind of interesting. I was just curious we were going to say that. And I don't know if you said something, Michael, but do you like the art museums or no?
No.
Yes.
What the
Michael.
hell, man?
That-
You know what? Be staring
That's
at
my
some
guy
paintings
there.
all
That
day
is,
long.
I'm
What
so
about like
pumped to hear that.
sculptures and stuff, dude?
Well,
Like
what's
that's
the
sick.
point? What's the
What
point?
was the point?
I honestly, what I would say if I'm just like you, I was always the worst artist you could ever imagine. Like embarrassing, like, wait, you're actually trying? Like that type of thing? Like that serious?
God,
Oh my
so
God,
bad.
And it's like, unless I'm going to do it, why would I care about what somebody else did? It's like, I don't know. I don't, there's no rush. There's no sensation. I just don't see it. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
It's interesting. Nobody else is saying anything. I don't know.
Right.
If it's one of us that they're worried about disappointing.
I
you
know. If I had to guess, I would say that our group of guys here aren't that cultured. To say they
Can you
like.
guys please give me input on this? And nobody's offended either way, but I
But, like,
know. No, God.
Even like museum, that's what history though, in those senses where this is like a historical thing.
Mm.
You know? Don't
Well,
care.
I feel like it's like the Rangers winning the cup for the first time in 30 years. That's historical. But it's like somebody painted something 200 years ago. Why do I care? I don't even know who they are.
What if there was like a painting of the Yankees winning the World Series, dude? Like a celebratory.
I'll order one and put
team.
it up my bed, and then I can look at it anytime I want. I don't need to go to a museum for 2 hours and just stare and be like,
Nope.
wow, the art. Do you have any caviar, Tony? Like it doesn't make any sense.
Wow, caviar. I don't know what museums you're going to.
And then we got some comments from Lonnie, and is he answering the question? I don't think he really answered it. He's just kind of calling me out.
Yeah, let's see. Let's get back a little bit here. It says doesn't match. Fool, he says, with the hat and everything.
Yeah, I should have known that.
I know.
I'll give Lonnie that.
I will say too that he does mention you getting a Yankees golf hat. I feel like that's something you're a little overdue for the Yankees golf hat. Dude.
Yeah, definitely. I'll agree to that as
and then
well.
he goes, you know what, dude? He goes, no more compliments for you, Brian.
I
And
don't
then,
think they were coming anyway.
yeah. And then he says to me, Tony, all this coming from the guy who doesn't watch movies and TV shows. What does Barnes know about art? Only art he would care about is naked paintings.
See, that's just one of those things like, wow.
Bet he'd read the info on that shit, he says.
Yeah, it's like,
which is kind of funny.
Yeah, kind of funny, but kind of ridiculous at the same time.
I mean, would you? If it was a
No.
painting of a naked woman?
It's such a ridiculous question. It's like, I don't need any art.
Or
I
would
don't,
you
I don't know
stare
if
at
it
it?
doesn't need to say it. I don't need a
Yeah.
sculpture. I will. My life will not change if I never see one sculpture, one painting the rest of my life.
Josh B says it's history. It interests him. Josh B, big history buff. And Michael Bukta, commenting from right next to you, Brian, says, why waste your time at a museum when you could be chilling on the beaches of Southern California with the beers and the women, just like the T-shirt he has on?
I mean, would you not rather do that, Tony? Honestly?
I mean, yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, I would rather do that, I suppose. But I would also probably like the next day I'm in Southern California, I'd maybe look up a museum.
Tony.
I mean, I'm not going to go to
Come on,
California
man.
to see. I don't even know. Are there museums in California?
Yes.
No, dude.
I mean, I'm
Yes.
sure they're everywhere. Of
But,
course.
however, it doesn't define the state.
Oh yes,
Very
does
true.
not. Well, again,
The
you know,
beaches
you think
do.
of like Washington D.C. They have the freaking Smithsonian. That's a big deal. Chicago has the Chicago Institute of Art. Does L.A.
Yeah,
have?
I
Like,
mean,
I don't even know.
The only thing I was just thinking about this because you said DC, and I guess it's not really like art.
like a memorial.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like I guess walking around there just because I guess I hadn't been there.
That's
like,
art.
It was fine. But the only problem was it was during the 2017 ALCS against the Astros. So I literally on the trolley bus was streaming the game.
That's freaking hilarious. Was anyone watching with you on the trolley bus?
Yeah,
Really?
because
People were
my
hyped?
sister Stacy, you
Oh,
know,
that
is a
doesn't
big
count.
Yankee fan. Well, no, but I'm just saying, like,
Any stranger was like, "Yo, you watching the Yankee game, dude?"
no, because we're in DC. They're probably
Yeah.
Birds fans, this and that. But yeah, and I don't know about how you feel about that. Now, have you been to DC?
Never.
Okay, now is it? But I guess not being there, you wouldn't really know. But for me, it was like, okay, it's cool to see this, but I don't really think there would be a reason to see it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that, dude. But I do. I mean, I do want to go. I want to see the memorial. I want to see the White House. Like,
I just, you know what I mean? But I think you do that, you do your tour, and then I don't know, other than like, you know, the usual camaraderie stuff of like going out to eat, maybe going to a bar, not really anything else there. I mean, I guess you can go to a Nationals game, which, you know, I would do. but just to see
Yeah.
the park, right? I mean,
Yeah, just see the park.
but
dude.
I just feel like there's not a ton to do there. You know what I mean? Unless you're like
Patrick
an
Corbin.
alcoholic, basically, you know, because there's a lot of bars. No, I'm serious.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
get
yeah.
what people do there. Like,
No, yeah, I have no idea what else is there besides, like
yeah.
the DC area.
And then what if you had to guess, do you think Matthew Ryan likes museums?
I don't think Matthew Ryan can comprehend what museums are, honestly, dude.
Wow, Michael's saying he thinks he does.
I don't think so.
Talking shit in their comments. He's always talking shit.
Yeah, always talking shit, dude. Do you
Always
like that,
talking-
Michael? You like talking shit in the comments?
Well, if it's about Tatum, sure.
Yeah, but Matthew Ryan, you don't really like him talking shit.
About the New York sports teams, no.
No,
It's
that's
annoying.
right, dude. And here he is, though, saying the Rangers are going to lose. Mets lose too.
He says he loves museums. Do you think he's being serious?
No,
Yeah, definitely not.
No, I think he has.
would even argue he's never even been to one.
Ever.
Never stepped foot inside.
Yeah. But I have to say, I more. I don't even understand. Yeah, like, what is he even saying?
Is he calling you an alcoholic?
I mean, maybe it's a joke that's supposed to be funny.
I mean,
but
it is definitely a joke.
it's
a little
definitely it's a stretch.
If
sometimes.
Dave was
Stretching.
here, do you
If-
think he would think you're an alcoholic?
All right. So I think this is a good segue to go, Tony, to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour, 14 strikeout.
Drill deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
No, Bill Walton. Luke Walton is his son. Yeah.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
And I just happened to think of something else just before we get to the baseball from yesterday. Scotty Scheffler cleared as charged.
The
saw
glove
that.
didn't fit, baby.
I mean,
seem proud of
not
that?
really a surprise, though, right?
No, I don't think so at all, dude. I mean, come on, let's be real here. Like, misunderstanding, maybe someone's calling in right now. If it's Matthew Ryan, it is Matthew Ryan.
Oh fuck.
I mean, let's go, Michael. Let's put your money where your mouth is, dude. 90 seconds. Hold on, stand by. Matthew Ryan. But yeah, hype for Scotty, definitely. Like you said, Brian, definitely was, I saw that coming. Like, there's no way they were going to charge him.
Listen,
with
we don't know him
anything, dude.
personally, but you hear things that he's like the nicest guy ever.
Literally.
Why is he
Like, come on.
assaulting an officer?
It was a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
okay.
complete misunderstanding.
Speaking of a complete misunderstanding, we now have live Matthew Ryan.
Mets lose again, which is nice. How's the sweep feeling? Great.
I mean, at least you're timely with this call because we just got to the baseball, so
Yeah.
that's good.
some type of sequence here.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, no. So I just want to know: is Edwin Diaz going to be on the team next year or not?
Nothing's guaranteed at this point other than Alvarez, right?
Oh yeah, nothing's guaranteed other
Yeah,
than
at this
Alvarez,
point-
and I don't know if you saw, but Diaz is on the 15-day IL.
Oh, what's the injury?
Shoulder
Inflammation.
impingement or
Okay.
something they said.
Gotcha.
Which
that.
I mean, are they doing
so
that
now
just
he's injured,
because?
he's
Like, is he
injured.
really hurt? I mean, you never really know, I guess, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's hurt because I mean he actually when he came back he actually was pitching fine and all of a
Yeah.
sudden so it could have flared up like not to
Yeah.
give the Mets any type
And
of
that would
credit or Diaz.
yeah,
but-
God forbid. But that would also explain why his velocity's down too. Like, he's
yeah. So there
nursing
is something
dude.
there. And then Jorge Lopez.
I just
that
it
was
just sounds like it's a mental thing. It sounds like this is my opinion. Don't hang up on me. It just sounds like he doesn't want to play. He's not doing well. He's getting tired of New York. I think he might want out. I really think he doesn't want to.
I mean, I think it's hard to argue that anybody wouldn't want out the way things are going. I mean, and then after what happened with Lopez, I mean, that was a complete embarrassment yesterday. I know there's some controversy on what he exactly said.
Yeah, we'll
But
get
the
to
thing
it.
is, before he did that, he threw his glove in the crowd. I mean,
Yeah,
what are you doing?
What are you doing, dude? And
Yeah.
also, like, I mean, in terms of what you're saying, Matthew, I mean, I do think a lot of Diaz's issue is mental. At least I thought so anyway. Clearly, maybe he is nursing a shoulder injury, but I mean, nonetheless, his attitude, I mean, the way he's, I guess, I guess, conducted himself in the clubhouse. We know he was crying a few games ago. I mean, clearly there is something weighing on his mind. But I mean, I do think Diaz sticks around. I think the Mets are gonna try and follow through, with Diaz. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be going anywhere, to be honest, dude.
No.
And I don't think anyone would take him.
I just really think the 2022 season for him was a fluke. This is a real Diaz. People have to learn to accept that.
I don't think so. I mean, listen, I understand, he was a lot of ups and downs and the ebbs and flows of being a closer in New York. But nonetheless, I mean, this guy still is coming off of a year-long hiatus and then clearly still dealing with something physical. So, I mean, I don't think this is the real Edwin Diaz. I think, like Brian said, too, when he came back initially. Come on, nothing. I mean, look at his numbers, dude. I mean, look at the scenario.
It's May 30th, dude. It's May 30th.
Yeah? It's May 30th.
Come on.
But is this his 5th season with the Mets?
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, the first one was terrible, but
Mm-hmm.
then the seasons in between, weren't they really good or no?
I mean, yeah, they were good. Again, I will pull up his numbers, but I mean, just looking at it from what I recall specifically, I mean, there was a lot of ups and downs. It was a scenario where
I forgot. And then he missed last year. Okay,
yeah, he missed the entire year last year.
345 the next year wasn't great.
Wasn't
but then
great, and it's just the
okay.
inconsistencies
Gotcha,
is what it is
okay.
each season.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Obviously when it came over, 20.
It's just like you're about a month away from the All-Star break, about a month.
Yes.
And you are who you are, but how much rope will we give Edwin Diaz? How much rope we're giving? You guys are giving him. You're specifically, Tony, are giving him enough rope. If I was a Mets, I'll give him such a short leash. It's not even funny.
What do you give him a short leash for, though?
Yeah, you can't release him. He has a big contract, and you want to rehab his value if you're going to move him.
Yeah, dude. And on top of that, I mean, the guy is injured. It's not like he is playing poorly. He missed an entire year with an injury, and he's still dealing with something with his shoulder now, it seems. So, I mean, you're going to at least give the shot for the guy when he's totally healthy. And to be honest, I mean, up until maybe 3 weeks ago, he was pretty dialed in.
Yeah.
No, you really had no questions.
He didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
And honestly, I have to say, again, like I don't usually like to give credit, but I was expecting same Diaz, to be honest. I was not expecting this. And I almost am leaning toward, I know you were saying, maybe he's making up the injury. I kind of think it actually is an injury.
Yeah, you think so?
Because, I mean, what was it? His first 5 appearances? I mean, even April, March, he had a 253 RA over 11 appearances. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it's great.
That's why I think it's an injury. And you could see if it was a little something at the beginning, he didn't want to miss any time, was quiet about it, and now it's developed into something greater, and that's why he can't pitch through it.
I have to respectfully disagree with Brian on that one. This one, respectfully.
I mean, I think time will tell here. I think right now, you kind of have really 2 months to look at. 1 month being really good, 1 month being really bad, ending with this injury stint here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. I understand you're thinking it's almost trade deadline time, I get it. As a Mets fan, I'm angsty. I want to move some people. I want to get people out of New York. I want to bring some new, young, prospective talent inside here, or something different.
Yep. All right.
I don't think Diaz is going to be
guys.
someone who's moved. Oh, wow. He's hanging up on us, I think.
Wow. I think.
I just gotta get going really quick.
All right, Matthew.
All right, Matthew. Thanks for calling in, dude.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
You think that was just like a power thing, dude? He wanted to...
Maybe. You never know.
No, I mean, it seemed like something was abrupt, like, I gotta go.
Yeah. Maybe, the girlfriend's calling. You never know. You never know.
Wow,
what
the
it
girlfriend's calling.
is. Who knows?
Never know.
I mean, that's the tough one. You gotta pick that one up, dude.
Exactly.
All right.
So
What's wrong with the
last
Yankees?
night on the diamond and still feeling the effects of staying up past midnight to see the end of this one. And like I said yesterday that I would be doing, Yankees though do snap that 2-game losing streak, winning 2-1. And the thing, you think about a 2-1 game. I mean, how exciting can a 2-1 game really be? But I have to say, what it was exciting for me was the fact that the stars of the show in this one were 2 of the Yankees' youngest players. Luis Gil, a career high 8 innings pitched, Tony, 2 hits, only one run allowed on a home run to Logan O'Hoppe. And so the 2 hits over 8 innings, the 1 run, 2 walks, which for him over 8 innings is very good.
Yeah.
And 9 strikeouts. His ERA is at 1.99. He's 7-1, and they did a statistical comparison to the last 5 Cy Young Award winners in the American League, and his numbers are all on par with every single one of them.
Really?
Yeah, or
That's
even
freaking huge.
even better.
I saw too. I think just in this month alone, he's 6-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. One. Where are we? This is 0.70 ERA in the month of May.
And to me, and we could obviously pull some of the highlights, but just looking at his stuff, looking at the success with his fastball. At first, especially the way the season started, he was having trouble with control, having trouble. Oh, he said his phone was dying, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
He said he's having trouble with control. And he wasn't going deep in the game. So I remember I was even saying, should we just make him a lights out reliever? And it was nice. They've stuck this out. And it seems like this is here to stay, Tony. I mean, I know, we're not even halfway through the season, but I mean, this is a sustained run here of complete dominance for Luis Gil.
Yeah. And I mean, you said it. I mean, I understand too, I guess it is kind of early, but I mean, this entire month he's just dialed in. And I mean, there's no signs of him stopping. And he's pitched against, not terrible teams. I mean, I guess where's the freaking overview, dude?
Well, he had the good start against the Orioles that they won. I know that.
The Orioles solid against Seattle, which isn't terrible. Tampa Bay took care of business. Houston took care of business. I mean, again, it seems like, he's doing well against good teams. Doesn't matter who it is. He's pitching well. And I mean, I don't know, just the way it's not even necessarily about Gil too. I mean, it is more so too about the Yankees organization right now. I mean, everything is working well for them. So, I mean, that's why it's even more so. I feel like with that type of attitude and that, I guess, energy and atmosphere over there in the Bronx, I mean, how could this guy slow down?
Yeah, exactly. And before we go back to like the specifics of this game, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. So he missed all of last season, and you look at those innings. Obviously, the last time? That was this year. So really, I mean, he's already pitched more innings than he ever has in the big leagues. And obviously, in his minor league career. Go to the minors. Actually, I'm just curious about go down. It says show minors next to the. Either way, same thing. So it looks like he hasn't even thrown 100 innings in any season, right? Looks like is it 96 back in 5 years
19,
ago. So
yeah.
I'm just kind of curious, and I know the Yankees, this season with the lack of rest days for players, letting pitchers like Gil pitch 8 innings last night, it seems like they've changed the philosophy. But we know typically a pitcher coming back from an injury, and then you couple that with the fact that he's never had a long season of 150, 160, 170 innings. If it was up to you, would you have any cap on that? Or I know I've heard them talk on the broadcast, just with analytics, they could see how his arm's reacting, and that if he doesn't show any sign of troubles, you're just going to have him pitch out as many innings as it ends up being.
Yeah. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I understand, you want to, especially nowadays with all these pitchers just falling, dropping like flies left and right. You don't want to destroy, a young 25-year-old's arm. But nonetheless, I mean, it doesn't have to be like, he's not pitching over 7 innings ever, again, just ask the guy, continue to evaluate him. And if he's good, he's good. If not, you limit the amount of innings he does for outing, for a start, and then you take it from there. But I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I think, and I know it ended up working out, but then it didn't, because obviously his career's over now. But you think back to what the Nationals did with Strasburg when he first come up. There's we're doing the right thing, and then it was a while before Michael. Before
so many Michaels,
they had actually won the World Series in 2019. I think it was 5 years. Renee, she's still tight about the iPhone.
What's up, dude? It's still tight. You can
Still
tell.
very
My
tight,
gosh,
very tight.
What's good?
Hey,
But
buddy.
so I just feel like though I look at that situation, and it's just I think let's go the whole way. And it just, Tony, if he's anywhere near this level come the end of the season into the postseason, you have a second ace on the team. I just feel like you can't worry about pitch count, inning count. I think you just had to let it fly, because this guy really, like I said, I know it's early, but Seems like he could be a future Cy Young winner.
What do you think they're gonna do when Cole comes back?
I think when Cole comes back, I think either Nestor or Clark will be injured or move to the bullpen. And if everybody's healthy, I know Nestor hasn't been great, but I just think Clark can be more effective as a reliever. I don't know what you think.
So you think regardless, Clark bullpen?
Yes. I mean, what do you think?
I know that is kind of tough. I know they were kind of flirting with the 6-man rotation. At least some people were talking about it anyway. But
with Garrett Cole, you can't
do that. I know, dude. So I mean, I guess it would have to be Clark in the bullpen.
And I mean, I think in the bullpen, like he's already pitched well this season as it is, but why not have another reliable arm? I think that'll have more value because people are looking at it as a bad thing. Oh, he's pitching well, you're taking him out of the rotation. But the bullpen kind of needs it. I mean, Tommy Kahnle just came back, but can we rely on him? Ian Hamilton's been a mess, and we'll get to Clay Holmes, but he's been a little spotty.
Ferguson sucks, dude. Conklin.
Gonzalez did not have a good last.
And I mean, dude, postseason, you bullpen, you need that.
Yes.
But you think you have more confidence in Nestor being a more consistent starter than Clark at this point?
The reason is more so I think they're kind of close, and Nestor could develop back into the guy we saw 2 years ago.
Right.
But I think as a reliever, Clark Schmidt will be better. I don't think Nestor's accustomed to doing that. And I like with Clark, I feel like there's flexibility there. He could be your setup guy. He could pitch 4 innings out of the bullpen. And I just feel like with Nestor, he's had shoulder stuff. Like we don't want to be like jerking him around.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's just kind of my thought there. Definitely an interesting situation to think about, and everything's been great in terms of Garrett Cole. Obviously, once he does his rehab starts, which could be as soon as next week, I believe.
Let's go.
He'll have to go through a full spring training, but the whole thing that's nice, given the record, given the way the pitchers are pitching, there's no rush, and I think that's the important thing. But I've been meaning to talk about this. So obviously, on the other side of things, Tyler Anderson, Tony. And listen, your ERA was good, but your whip must not be looking too pretty good after that.
Christ, no.
And he was fortunate to wiggle his way out of some situations. One being the first inning, one being the most controversial situation of the game. So Volpe, first at bat, continuing the hitting streak, Tony, 21 straight now for Anthony Volpe. And I was looking at hitting streaks and stuff.
So ridiculous.
I mean, it's been a very long time since someone has even had a 20-game hitting streak. Like because of this philosophy, I think just around the majors with the home runs, you just don't see it anymore. And I did look this up yesterday. And it's remarkable. Like I think the last 30-game hitting streak might have been 20 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah. It said that he tied the longest streak.
Oh, by a Yankee since 2012, which is Robinson Cano and Derek Jeter.
But the look,
you play it more. Maybe
it says tied in freaking closed captions. Tied longest in MLB this season.
Okay. So I think
I wonder who else had it.
Level. I'm not really sure about that.
I'm trying to look that up.
You know what? Just do longest hitting streaks MLB history, because I just looked this up yesterday, and the first thing that came up was a very good graph that showed everybody when they did it and all of that.
Wasn't CBS Sports, was it?
Hitting streaks, longest hitting streaks, because now they could just say Joe D.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
There you go, right there. First
MLB. In MLB history, here we go.
So you look at this. I mean, when's the one that was even 10 years ago? What was the most games it was?
10 years ago?
Let's see. Dude. Rollins, 20 years ago. I remember the Rollins hitting streak.
06, Chase Utley, 35 games.
Well, look how long ago these things are.
That piece of shit.
I mean,
Whit
Merrifield. There you go. Whit Merrifield, 31 games.
18, 19.
Yeah. So, which was, 5-6 years ago.
Also a piece of shit.
So, I mean, it just shows this used to happen. This does not happen anymore.
How about Pujols? So 3.
So I mean, very impressive stuff for Volpe, and just the growth he's shown in his second year in the league. So nice to see him continue that in the first. Soto working a walk next up. Judge working a walk next up. So you are set up, bases loaded, nobody out, and Stanton, since that home run in San Diego, has been going through a little struggle again. This was the craziest thing ever. So he gets way under it, trying to hit a grand slam. Infield fly rule called, Tony. Runners free to advance at their own risk, whatever. And Juan Soto, going back to second base, makes contact with the shortstop. And he is called out for interference, even though he was blocking his path back to second base.
Yeah.
And the fact, too, it doesn't matter if this guy catches the ball.
or
He's
not.
out.
Yeah, it's an infield fly rule.
So I thought that was egregious, and I'm just kind of curious, what you think there. I know it seems like pretty physical, but also that's an NBA flop if I've ever seen one. There's no way that guy was falling that far back. No way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's there's Boone. Yeah, bullshit. Fucking
first
Aaron
inning
Boone,
ejection
dude.
for Aaron Boone.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's cute with the ejections. All right, Aaron. Yeah, bullshit. You can say, they don't even show the replay again. No, it's a stupid highlight. But there goes Boone. I mean, I don't know. Looking at this, dude. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know. I think when I see it in real time, it looks pretty bad, to be honest. Like it looks like right here, he almost like tosses his hip at him. But looking at this replay angle, I mean, I don't know. That guy was
blocking him,
clearly blocking him.
So I know he put a little umph in it, but he's got to get back to second base.
Right here, yeah, dude. So yeah, exactly. He's trying to get back to second base, Soto, and it's like, look at it. First of all, he's just trying to get his leg out there now, and I mean, yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't think he should have been out.
And it was crazy because I think it's Pedro Grifol, if I'm not mistaken, who's the manager of the White Sox.
Yeah.
Right after that situation happened, which was that last week or the week before?
Last week.
So he literally goes, this is going to happen again.
Yeah,
and then here we are. It happens again at a horrible time. You got the bases loaded, nobody out. That's a double play. And then Verdugo grounds out. So bases loaded, nobody out. Tyler Anderson skating by, Tony. And so that was tough. And I was like, oh boy, I hope this doesn't set the tone for the game. Usually you see something like that early. It does. So the Yankee offense, in this one, you had 2 runs, 6 hits. So not great, but enough here. And the offense got going in the 4th inning. Tyler Anderson, the only run he gives up here, an Alex Verdugo home run to right, 394 feet. Really stepped into it. So it was great to see that. And Verdugo has really been everything we could hope for. What he does in the field, and then just his energy out there, what he does with the bat, how he's within the clubhouse. So that was a huge home run for Verdugo. So nothing really offensively on either side until the 7th inning. So Hunter Strickland now out of the bullpen for the Angels. First batter of the inning. Who else? Anthony Volpe hits one down the line. It's kind of one of those things. Well, he's very fast. He could stretch it into 3. He does. It was a bad throw from the outfield. He might have been out if it wasn't. Makes contact with the third baseman, which allows him to go home for the old Little League home run, Tony. So you love to see that at Volpe. And if we could just pull up that video.
Yes, of course, dude. And refresh me, what inning was this?
This is the top of the 7th, first batter.
Top of the 7th, first batter. We're top of the 4th right now. Let's fast forward here. Bottom of the 6th.
Should be right.
Oh, wow. Look at DJ.
Here we are.
Here we go.
Here,
up. There he is. Looking good. Top 7th. Ropes it, dude.
Ropes it down the line. And just gunning it. Obviously, helmet falling off.
Love that,
that
dude.
He's going. I mean, look at those afterburners.
I know. He's quick, dude.
But
and then
if that throw was a bullet right to the third base, he's probably out.
Probably,
right?
Yeah. That was a good throw. That was interesting.
And then I got nervous with him hitting into that guy, but it looks like more he kind of just rolled over into him, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, almost like he went head first. Ooh.
But if you look at it, I don't know if they show another angle.
No, they don't, because whoever made this highlight sucks. But it was right there. Yeah, look, he kind of ducks his head in, and nothing really hits him, so that's good.
Yeah, look, just miss it. But first thing I was thinking of was Anthony Rizzo.
Really? With concussion?
Yeah.
It would have been hilarious if he got hurt on Guillorme.
Yeah, it would have been hilarious. But thank God it wasn't, because, I think Anthony Volpe recently, last couple of weeks, has been probably the most consistent Yankee hitter other than Aaron Judge. So you just really want him in the game, on the field, setting the table.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Michael, I feel like you're an Anthony Volpe guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just nice to have a young position
guy,
player. Shortstop. Yankees have had a rich history of shortstop.
Homegrown, Yankee fan.
Yeah,
that's
first
what you
round
want,
pick.
Dude. Yeah,
it's just been so long since they've been able to develop somebody like this. So that was huge. Gave the Yankees a 2-0 lead. And then the only run the Angels score here, bottom of the 7th, Heel seemingly cruising along, only 1 hit allowed. Logan O'Hoppe, homers to right center, 382 feet. And they were talking about this on the broadcast. I guess they've changed it over the years. Back when I think Paul O'Neill, who was on the call, used to play there, I guess it was like you had to hit it actually out of the park. Now they did one of those things with the line because there's a scoreboard above it. I don't see how that makes any sense. But
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Because I'm trying to think, like, City Field doesn't have that, right? Like where it has to be above a line, even though it's not into the stands and it's a home run. No.
I mean, the only thing I think of is maybe the top of the wall. Like if it bounces off the top of the wall.
No, but I'm talking where the wall extends.
No, yeah. There's
and then there's just a line.
Yeah,
because
no.
Target Field has that.
Yeah.
But I think that's crazy. So anyway, that was a home run, but that was the only run that they got. He was able to grind it out to go 8 innings, like I said. And then the ninth inning here. So Clay Holmes coming in, obviously. The game before wasn't his best appearance. Right away, gives up a single down the line to Rengifo. And fortunately, Alex Verdugo playing that great left field he does, his arm holds him to a single. Because right off the bat, I'm thinking, I think Rengifo can run a little bit. That's going to be a double. It was a single. But I guess technically it wouldn't matter because Taylor Ward walked. So I'm just like, oh boy, this does not look good. And Willie Calhoun had the big hit off of Holmes the other night. Or actually, no, I guess Willie Calhoun's hit was off of Luke Weaver. But anyway, so I'm thinking, geez, I don't know. He makes contact, hits a hard grounder, but fortunately, right at the second baseman, Gleyber Torres. So they turn 2. That advances Rengifo to third. And then Holmes is able to get Logan O'Hoppe to ground up to third to end the game. So to give the Yankees this 2-1 win, their 38th victory of the season against 19 losses. So an outstanding start for them. Angels dropped to 21-34. So, surface wise here, you love Volpe, you love Heel, Holmes, a little spotty, but I mean, anything to really be concerned about there, Tony? Or do you think it's just like he had been so lights out, like he's going to have a couple questions
for Clay Holmes?
Yeah.
Oh no, of course not.
Because I'm saying the walk, and the control was looking a little.
I don't think so, dude. I mean, regardless, like you said, he's been lights out, and there still is a one-run game. Like it's not like he's coming in here and he's like trying to be relaxed or whatever.
He was going to blow it though. I was so tired, dude. I really thought he was going to,
but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. And maybe this is just pitchers in general, but I feel like for me, it really stands out. Like he needs strike one. A lot of times, if he doesn't, then he kind of like his control's a little all over the place.
Nothing worse, than that.
So yeah, his 16th save of the season. And I forgot, Michael, with the Yankees. How many times have you been to the game?
2.
Wow, so you're earning to get back there, basically.
I think so.
Yeah, there's really nothing like Yankee Stadium, and you have to be pumped at the results right now. I mean, pretty good record here, 38-19.
I am.
And I think more stuff on the way. Like you think about Jason Dominguez, Garrett Cole, good feeling. Jason Dominguez.
He came up. Pitcher?
No. He's center field. He came up last year, made his debut. Actually, hit his first home run at Minute Maid Park against the Astros. So, that was later in the season. Obviously, a lot of people not watching out of the playoffs, this and that. But yeah, he's going to be a big add. And you know how good Garrett Cole is. Obviously, the Cy Young Award winner last year.
And can I add this? Angel Stadium looks real nice.
Yeah, I really want to go there. I didn't realize it's so like the place I'm staying in Newport Beach, I think is 20 minutes away. I didn't realize it was that close. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you this, Barnes. Well, Anaheim's half an hour away from where my aunt's mother-in-law lives in Newport Beach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I was going to say this too, because when I'm out there, I don't know if they're even home, but I know they're not playing the Yankees. It's the only trip out there. And I guess you are different than this, but is it?
What, do you not want to go to the game because the Yankees aren't playing? Is that what you're saying?
Really but do you get what I'm saying though? Because like obviously you've been to some Yankee games last couple of years.
Yeah.
Like, don't you feel like when you're there, even if it's a great ballpark, great team, but it's not your team,
right? Of course,
there's something missing.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to games where there's not not my team playing. But hey, I mean, you still got to be there to watch that. You're still excited to see the park.
And I know this is kind of like, I don't know. It might sound like a call out, but if you're going to I don't know. I guess so. If it's a mediocre stadium, let's say it's Comerica Park, Tony, okay? And it's the Tigers, it's the White Sox, and you have to sit through 9 innings. It's a 3-hour game, nothing to drink. Do you think you would honestly enjoy dead serious?
Boring.
Nothing to drink? Like, why is it nothing to drink?
I just
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be bored, but I'd get through it.
Okay.
Can I go to the concessions and get a hot dog at least, Brian?
You have to fast through the whole game. No, but I feel like you get what I mean. But I will say, there is something, and I know you feel this way, and I'm sure Michael does as well. Is there is something that like I want to see every park. Though.
Yeah.
So there is that. So
I
I
do too,
will allude to that, but I
Well-
can't see too many other teams' games. Like I need to see the Yankees play.
I'm with you, man. And I don't want to see the Oakland A's park because that's a dump.
Well, we can go to Sacramento next year.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Northern California. I don't know if you really want to go there. Tony.
No.
Uh-oh.
Would you feel comfortable going to Oracle Park? Yankees play there tomorrow, by the way. 3-game series.
Yeah, I'd feel comfortable in there.
I feel like I would want to like go to the game and then just stay somewhere like 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best bet.
Yeah, it's a shame though, because don't you think that looks like a really nice park?
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
looks
looks
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Backgrounds.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you freaking kidding me?
It's a shame that it's like that.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. Yankees will be there tomorrow, but they have one more game against the Angels tonight. Same time, 9:38 here. You have a pitching matchup with Patrick Sandoval versus Carlos Rodon. Rodon has been great this year after a disastrous first year in New York. 6-2, 2.95. Sandoval struggling this year, 5.60. Left-handed pitcher. Obviously, the Yankees do have some lefties, but also have some righties. So you think it's a good opportunity. Obviously, the offense hasn't got going yet this series. Only 4 runs through the first 2 games, or 5 runs through the first 2 games. So excited to watch this later.
Man.
We'll see what happens. We'll talk about it in our frenzy, Tony. But what happened yesterday?
What the hell happened, Tony?
It's a great question. What happened with the Mets? Nothing.
Jorge Lopez, a breakdown.
Fell apart.
Yeah, dude. Total breakdown is right. Total falling apart. Certainly here, getting swept by the Dodgers. In Citi Field. The final score was 10-3 yesterday, dude. You want to see attendance?
37,000.
I was gonna say. I think
it was lower than that. I think.
Beautiful day.
23,000.
Yep. Beautiful day.
Told you.
Wait, was it a 4? It was a 4.
It was 4 o'clock. That's why, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. I'll give him that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yankees still would have drew 30. Guess the
Prove
Dodgers, they would've sold out.
Prove it.
Well, they're gonna play them next week.
Yeah,
I'll be
they
there.
4 o'clock.
Wait.
No,
Where,
4
Barnes?
o'clock.
Are you going to a Yankees game soon, Barnes?
Me and Matt are going next week.
You can ask that question
what?
to Brian
When?
any day. and
Wait,
it'd be
when?
yes.
Next Saturday. Yeah,
Oh,
excited.
you and Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matthew's is gonna have a great time, I'm sure.
Haven't seen him in a while. That guy.
Well, anyway,
Yeah, me either.
let's talk about the Dodgers here. All right, the Dodgers, obviously, we know coming into this series, 5-game losing streak, their
Yeah,
big
not
get
good.
right spot. 3 games in a row they've won so far. Will Smith has had 2 home runs, with 3 home runs in the series, 2 home runs just yesterday. So obviously, their offense is churning, and like Brian said, that they were due, whatever. But if you want to look at this now from the
Paxton get
start of the
hurt or
game
no?
here, no, Paxton didn't get hurt. They just gave him 3 innings.
It doesn't make any sense.
I know. I don't know what. I didn't see anything. I even looked it up
Oh,
afterwards.
by the way, I know I'm jumping all over the place.
No, yeah, I know.
We're playing for fantasy. I don't know if
That,
you
yeah,
realize.
we are right. Yeah,
Okay,
I thought
we
so.
didn't talk about it. That's why I was mentioning
You didn't
it.
say anything. I was like, is he not? I thought he was cruise control, and then I was like, oh, maybe he's not cruise
Yep,
control.
the battle for first place.
Dude, you had the first couple of days, but then now here we go, dude. It's like 7-5.
But that hoppy home run at least helps.
Watch out, Tyler Anderson, dude.
Oh my God.
No, honestly, I still may drop him anyway because the odds are his next
4
start
days rest.
absolutely.
Have you been?
But yeah, you should drop him.
Yeah,
Dude,
I know. I should.
ERA is gonna be over 5.
Gotta drop him, pick up someone else. We got
Have you,
Michael. What, Michael?
Have you been to Dodger Stadium, Barnes?
No, I really.
Oh,
wanna
it's
go there,
so
though.
nice, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I've
should
heard
have
great
came
things
there,
about
man.
it.
No, I do want to go. I really do
gosh,
want to
so
go
nice.
there. I mean, obviously, LA. But I guess you could stay on the outskirts. Probably wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, no.
I definitely want. I need to see that stadium. That's
Oh, it's beautiful,
you're
man. It's
talking about
beautiful.
Icons, Michael.
Dude, it's
an
iconic.
It's an iconic stadium. It is.
Yeah, the palm trees in the
I
background.
mean, it's one of the oldest
Iconic.
stadiums you got, dude. You
Yeah.
know, like, come on.
Yeah.
Iconic, man.
But continue on, Tony. What else we got?
And
So
you know,
David
Steve-
Peterson gets his first start as a Met this season. Hip injury in the offseason. So this is his first time back. And you want to talk about, pitch count and whatever. He does go 5 innings, 86 pitches, which for me, I mean, I feel like after extensive like layoff here is pretty significant to throw 86 pitches here. I think works around a few batters, does okay. His final line is 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk. Again, considering what type of pitcher Peterson is and coming off that hip injury, pretty solid from him. Bullpen actually does a solid job of relief initially here. Reed Foley comes in, an inning and a third, 2 hits, 2 Ks, no earned run. Same thing with Diekman, who came in to relieve Reed Foley in the 7th. But then this is where trouble happens in the 8th inning now. Ottavino comes in with just a terrible attitude. Does give up a 2-run homer, I think, to Will Smith. It might have been a solo shot, in the 8th. It was a solo home run. And Ottavino, dude, I don't know what. I mean, he's got to be so downtrodden. I don't know if you saw this home run.
Who was it against?
Will Smith.
Oh, Will Smith.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Who's been hot right now, at least against the Mets anyway. But Ottavino just looked like he was devastated. Dude, literally, they cut to him, and he's literally on the mound just, no. Oh no, like that. Like I'm like, oh my god.
No, he does do that though. He does.
And honestly, maybe it is his tenure with the Mets, but he's getting a lot of gray hairs now too, dude. Like I don't know, man.
Is he really that gray or just a couple?
I would say from this year to last year. I mean, I've seen like no gray to like pretty good, like maybe 25% gray in the beard and the hair.
Oh, so he passed me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
No, I'm saying because he had a lead though last season. He definitely had a lead.
I know.
No?
He looked like he was young. Honestly, like now he's. I don't know, man. Must have been the freaking option that he declined and then gets picked up less money. Doesn't feel good. Who knows?
Stressed out.
Is he married? Is there
he
divorce?
divorced?
Like I don't know. But his ERA, I do know, is ballooning to a 5.48 now, which is not great for him at all. Especially since I believe he's on a 1-year contract. So nothing really is looking good for him. And then, of course, let's get to it. Jorge Lopez comes in. I believe he comes in with 2 men on. He gives up these runs, but they're obviously inherited. So they're going to be given to. You can go to the bathroom, Michael, if you need to go. Let's see. Where are we? There's Reed Foley, Diekman,
Tony at Comerica Park.
Honestly, this is ridiculous. Do you want to go to the bathroom too, Brian?
No.
Zach, you can step out if you want as well, as I keep talking about the Mets here. So anyway, Lopez comes in. He comes in, I believe, with 1 out and 2 on. Second and third, I believe. And he gives up a double immediately to Vargas, who's also been pitching well. That clears the bases. Lux and Rojas scores who were on. And that was a sinker that just did not sink enough. It was over the middle of the plate. And then he gets Mookie Betts to fly out, but then facing Ohtani, Rojas gets freaking Lopez gets slammed by him. Another sinker here that does not sink, hangs over the middle, and a man like Ohtani's not gonna, think twice about hitting that. And then I want to say, was it Freddie Freeman that was walked? I don't know why this says that Walker was already pitching, but after that, I think there was a ball 4 called on Freeman, I thought. And then that was the call that Lopez was arguing. It may have even been a check swing, I thought. But nonetheless, dude, he obviously has some words with the umpire, which in my opinion, I think if it was Freeman, I'm pretty sure it was like he swang. Like I don't know why he
there
swung.
Was no debate.
There should have been a debate. For whatever reason, I understand like they didn't call him out. It was, whatever, check swing they called it. Lopez riled, yelling, tossed. Mendoza yelling, not tossed.
Not riled.
Not that riled, to be honest. Well, how could you be
One
honest
and
at
done?
that point, dude? For Rojas. I mean, for
Same thing,
yeah,
though, right?
honestly, dude. I mean, again, like Zach and I were even talking about it for Mendoza. Like you're listening to the post-game interview. It's like, what the fuck does he even say to any of these questions? He's like, oh, we're not hitting the ball well, we're not pitching well, we gotta do this.
But isn't that Aaron Boone? Isn't that what Aaron Boone talking about in all seriousness?
No, yeah, I mean it is, but I mean,
yeah.
I think at this instance, I mean, he is put in a tough position to be answering these questions when in reality, it's like these guys fucking suck. So at that point, Lopez tossed. Speaking of tossed, throws his glove out into the fans, dude. Like
He didn't want to give him a souvenir.
And he does the old like untucks his shirt, the whole thing,
Yeah.
bro. And then yosses the glove on his way to the dugout in the
Ending
clubhouse.
his Met tenure.
It does end his Met tenure. Now, see, this is where, well, I mean, I'm going to pull up the post-game interview because I didn't hear that there was a misunderstanding, like
Yes.
a language
Until I
barrier,
had-
until you
Okay.
said it this
Yeah.
morning. Because in the post-game interview, he was obviously asked a bunch of questions about the team, about where he sits. And he did say, he's like, oh, if they put me out there tomorrow, I'm going to pitch. If they want me here, I'll be here. But what it sounds like he says that he's a part of the worst effing baseball team in all of MLB. And that he wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't here.
But the thing before we get to the video that I don't understand is, other than self-sabotage here, I mean, even after an outing where he gave up 2 runs and got 1 out, his ERA is at 3.76. So, like, I don't get what, like, do you think it's as simple as, like, he just wanted to get the fuck out of there?
I guess.
Like, he just couldn't take it. Like, this is so negative. This is so, like, this is just a garbage, atmosphere right now. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it could be. I want to say this is going to be the full interview right now. We can get to it, but I don't know, dude.
Why else are you doing that, though?
Except for getting
Because your
DFA'd,
numbers aren't that bad. Is Adam Ottavino doing that? Is Edwin? His ERA is lower than both of his and Diaz's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Again, I spoke upon this a little bit yesterday, where yes, Lopez's numbers are good, but again, like watching these games, seeing his outings, I just feel like in high pressure situations, he sucks.
Yeah,
and I think that's where a lot of his frustrations are. And again, I mean, because of that, I'm kind of like, hey, like you should just be doing fucking better. I understand, like the team isn't doing well, obviously, but at the end of the day, it's one thing to call out the team. To be like, hey, we all aren't performing, we aren't doing things, but to sit there and to badmouth the organization to the media, I mean, I think that's unprofessional and also just bad for the clubhouse. Like, are you trying to make enemies in the clubhouse? Like, is it really that bad where you have to do, like, honestly, where you have to make a fool of yourself and the organization of the media? Like, I think that's an absolutely terrible thing to do. Even, they spoke when Dora called a players only meeting after this too. So I would imagine they even talked about Lopez in the meeting. Which is interesting because he did get DFA'd late last night. But I guess let's just
hear the video.
Let's just hear this video right now, dude. We get the volume up here.
Have you heard this?
No, I have.
Carlos Mendoza said that he understands the emotion, but that particular action of throwing your glove into the stands was unacceptable. Looking back on it, do you regret doing that?
No, I don't regret it. I think I've been looking the worst teammate probably in the whole MLB. So, whatever happened. So, whatever they want to do it, I'll be tomorrow here if they want me. Whatever they want to do. So, I'm gonna keep doing this thing. So I'm healthy on whatever on whatever to do. I'm ready to come back tomorrow, and if they want me to be here, so I'll be here.
Carlos Mendoza said that
he
that
said
particular
teammate.
action was
Just a teammate, right?
Yeah.
regret.
No, I don't regret it. I think I've been looking the worst teammate.
He said no.
Teammate.
Teammate,
Team
but
man.
it's teammate, and that's what he meant. But at the same time, all of this, he could not wait to run out of Citi Field. I'm telling you, he does. He just can't. He can't take it. I guarantee that's what it is.
I think it's pretty crazy that like they are reporting it, like literally quotes like Steve Gelb's the worst team in the whole effing MLB.
I got an ESPN,
Which is
alert
kinda
last
crazy,
night that
dude.
Said that after people were tweeting saying he didn't say that, but
That's crazy, dude.
yeah. But it seems like for both parties, probably the right thing.
I guess so. That's interesting.
But right, because on your end, I mean, obviously, you don't want somebody who doesn't want to be there.
I guess so, but I mean, like, does he really not want to be? I don't know. That's such a weird interview.
But
dude,
why
'cause
would you say no? You don't regret it, and why would you do it in the first place? And right,
for him to say that, for that perspective now to be like, I've been the worst teammate, and then to already be in the mindset to be like, I'm not going to be here. It almost sounds like he was told if he keeps pitching like this, they're going to DFA him. So that's why like, it seems like he knew that. Coming off the mound last night, he knew he was probably a DFA'd. So he said, fuck it. I'm throwing the glove. Doesn't matter. Don't you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think, though, also he might have said that because they, right after the glove, maybe said, you can't officially say this, but we're going to most likely DFA.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened.
Unless he had a bunch of illegal substances inside that glove and need to get rid of it real quick, dude.
But they already
had
checked it.
I know.
So. Yeah, but it's
but yeah, I guess
the Mets.
I mean, not for nothing, dude. That guy, I don't know. I mean, what is he? 32 years old. Like, he's been around the league for a while.
I mean, he's had decent runs before, but maybe not in high pressure situations. But
Yeah,
he's just really
no.
high pressure. I
mean, he's gotten moved around a ton. There's got to be something there, weird, not good.
So,
I mean, I guess it sucks that we lost on the bullpen arm because I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, Fossil, me. Zach,
Michael,
you can probably pitch a little bit. Michael,
I could pitch a ball. I think I can pitch better than him.
Probably.
So, and then one other thing too. Did you hear Bader? They asked him his favorite New York athletes yesterday, and he named all 3 Yankees.
That's funny.
Harrison Bader is so fucking dumb. Did they actually? Like, first of all, who asked him that?
I don't know. Not
an SNY reporter. Who the fuck asked that? And when you're 11 games under 500. Who's your favorite New York athletes?
I think, because he had, that good postseason 2 years ago with the Yankees. I think he was thinking like, wow, like I'm gonna be here for the rest of my career. This is great. I think he's close with Judge and all them. And I think it just all happened so quick, and he probably is like still just earning to get back to the stadium.
Earning, just a dumb pussy.
Anyway, Tony, who are they playing today? Arizona? Or are they off?
D-backs.
Oh,
I think Zach Gallen is pitching for the D-backs.
Yes, he's on my fantasy. By the way, I'm winning 7-6, so hold your horses there. Yeah, I think you were alluding to that you were up, no?
No. But I'm just saying, like 2 days ago, it was like 10-3 or 10-4.
I thought you meant the other way around.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
Closing in, Brian.
Closing in. Just like Josh B on both of us.
Really,
bender.
dude. It's all right. He'll falter.
Yeah.
I just want to take time to give a couple of shout outs to Kev Du and Josh B.
Wow, dude. Let's
go.
Freaking go.
Let's
baby.
go. Let's go.
And of course, we can't forget about that guy, AJ.
There we go, AJ.
Yo, fuck that guy.
Wow. But I think, Tony, it is a good time for a full-on abbreviated baseball frenzy.
That is right, people. The salty frenzy. Let's freaking go, dude. It is Thursday, May 30th, the second to last day of May for the MLB. Right, there's 31 days. Yes, dude. So let's start off. I'll take it, Brian. Sure, dude. Let's go to the Mets. It's 7:10 p.m. Godforsaken Citi Field. Tickets as low as $3. Citi Field, Queens, New York. The Mets are plus 105 here as the D-backs are 5 games under. So this could be one of those, maybe, who knows? They steal one here. Zach Gallen hasn't looked like he did last year, although still pretty solid, 5-4 on the season, 3.12 ERA. Christian Scott coming off a good start. Obviously didn't get the win, though, because he's pitching for the Mets. But nonetheless, looking for his first MLB win here. His record is still 0-2. ERA is now sub-4, which he's been working on. So you'd imagine a pretty solid outing from him. And obviously, Peter Alonso, which I forgot to mention, got hit in the hand yesterday. Day-to-day, X-rays, negative CT scans today. Get a closer look. Nonetheless, dude.
IL tomorrow.
Probably, dude. DS2, we mentioned, is not around. And obviously, we got a bullpen guy. It's looking pretty tough, dude. Especially Alonso. He's a team in OPS and home runs. Doesn't matter, though. Starting Marte doesn't catch balls in the outfield, but he does hit dingers. So I'm going to bank on him for getting some offense going. Brendan Nimmo maybe, lead off, singles, Marte bring him home. Lindor had a hit yesterday. We know a couple home runs, previously here, so maybe he can heat something up. He led that players-only meeting yesterday, so maybe he has a little pep in his step. And who knows? Maybe Bader will change his mind on some of his favorite players in New York after today's game, as the Mets are going to win this game. I'll say 6-3 So Mets and the over, Brian.
That
you
would
take
be
it, dude.
that would be a good first step for him being able to appreciate some of the New York Mets out there.
Spoiled brat,
And
Bronxville.
we're gonna do a special element of this just for the Yankees and the Mets. We're gonna do a Michael Butka score prediction. So obviously, Tony was just mentioning the Mets here. Having a tough time recently. Scott has had a couple good starts, though.
Yes.
Gal's a good pitcher. I know you want Tony to be happy at the end of the night. What do you think we got here?
For me?
Yeah, Mets Diamondbacks,
well-
710, City Fields.
Knowing the tickets are only fucking $3, I see the Mets losing this one 9-1.
Wow. So Tony, a little
I'm sorry,
tight
Tony.
on that one.
I'm gonna mute your mic, Michael.
I think you might have a different score for the
God,
New York
Tony.
team in this one. The series finale from Angel Stadium, Anaheim, California. Rodon Sandoval. We talked about the Yankees, only 5 runs in the first 2 games of this series. Series tied at 1. They haven't won, I believe, their last 5 series at Angel Stadium. Could be always in the midst of a long West Coast trip. But Rodon has been lights out. And I think this continues here. And Sandoval has not pitched well. And I can see Stanton and Judge and Volpe, having really strong outputs in this one. And maybe DJ LeMahieu, Tony, still looking for that first hit of the season. I think he gets it tonight. And I think this is the game I was looking for yesterday. Give me the Yankees 10, the Angels 2, Rodon 6 scoreless, striking out 12.
Wow, dude. And then now to Michael. Michael needs a prediction, right?
Okay, so the Yankees are doing good out west.
Obviously,
And,
yeah. Let's fucking go.
And some we sure love it out there. So I see Judge hitting 2 home runs tonight. I see Soto hitting a home run tonight. I see Stan hitting a home run tonight. Give me Yankees 9, Diamondbacks.
Or Angels. Yankees.
Sorry.
Angels. I'm even getting confused myself.
Give me Yankees 9, Angels 5.
Wow, dude.
All right. What's Tony got for number 2?
Lot
Number
of
2.
hitting. Let's freaking go, dude. So number 2 here. Number two. Logan Gilbert over there. Logan Gilbert. No. Oh my God, dude. Trevor Williams been picking against him. 2.29 ERA for Trevor Williams, by the way. What the hell is that, Brian? But nonetheless, I'm gonna say give me the Cubs, dude. They're gonna be in America Family Field here, taking on the Brewers. Jameson Taillon getting the nod there. Speaking of former New York pitchers, 2.58 ERA, 3-2 so far on the season. The Cubs did drop a game last night. This is a 4-game set, the final game, and they're looking to tie this series up at 2 here. As I mentioned, losing last night 10-6, but Taillon will keep the ball in the park for the Cubs. I say he pitches 7 scoreless innings.
Wow.
For the Cubs. Brewers, Colin Ray. I mean, I don't know, man. I've seen a little bit of him this season. Not great. And I know Christopher Morel hit really well against the Mets when he played them. So did Mike Tauchman, actually, as well. And my God, his base running, believe it or not, looks good against the Mets as well. So give me, a couple of ribbies for him. Maybe a 10th home run for Morel. The Cubs will win this game. I'll say 4-1. Cubs and the under, Brian.
All right. So for number two for me, I am gonna go with the Seattle Mariners here in the series finale against the Houston Astros. You got Spencer Arrighetti, 6.93 versus Gilbert, 3.06. Of course, since their early season struggles, the Astros have definitely picked it up. Now, 24-32. I think they were like, jeez, what was it? I mean, well over double digits, under 500. And lost a tough one last night. So actually going to get swept here potentially. And I think it happens. I think, maybe 2. The Astros have it so easy. 7 straight ALCSs. Not this time. I know Michael is rallied for that. Logan Gilbert, 7 scoreless innings. Julio Rodriguez, 2 home runs, including a first inning granny off of Arrighetti. It's the Mariners 8, and it's the Astros 2. So the Mariners and the over.
All right, my next game, I'm going to be going, 7:20 p.m. in Atlanta. The Braves taking on the Nationals. Fourth and final game of this set here against them. And the series right now is led by Washington 2-1. We know the Braves obviously taking a hit with Acuna going down.
Sean Murphy back.
Sean Murphy is back. But nonetheless, they've struggled to score in this series specifically. They won one game so far, just 2-0, and have scored 8 runs in 3 games against the Nationals, which is not a lot for them. So I will go Josh B right now. The Nationals bet the mortgage plus 165 on the money line. Trevor Williams, dude, who I mentioned is a sub-3 ERA and does not have a loss yet this season. Over 51 innings pitched. Ray Kerr over there, I think, is a pitcher that came over from the Padres, I believe. Has not pitched well at all for the Braves either. So, let's fucking go, dude. Who's that freaking outfielder? Logan Thomas, maybe? No. I think it is.
Thomas.
Logan Thomas?
I thought it's Lance.
Lance Thomas?
I think, yeah.
For the Nationals, young dude, back from the IL. 2 home run night for him. Nationals going to win this game. I'll say 5-3. So Nationals and just in the under, Brian.
All right. So third game, final game. Give me the A's. Hogan Harris on the hill here. 4.15 versus Sean Armstrong, 3.91. I think, Harris has pitched decent. I don't think this Rays offense is great. And I think the whole thing here, give the A's a lead late. Let Mason Miller take care of the rest. I think that's what happens here. Brett Rooker, a 5th inning 2-run homer, propelling the A's to a 2-0 victory. So it's the A's, it's the under, and that is your baseball frenzy.
Just like that.
Just like that, we're going to the world of the National Hockey League.
Oh, there it is.
Speed, here he comes. McDavid shoots, pops up, he scores! Captain with the overtime winner! That's the middle, great hit, Kelly. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping, rink Washington made the full split save. Are you kidding me? Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy! David Pasternak, the silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So Lane Thomas, thank you for that, Josh B.
Lane, what a
Tony
stupid name.
Cutting bait live with Tyler Anderson. The 6 walks,
That's
turning
right,
him off. Just like the Oilers win 5-2 over the Stars last night. Not going to spend too much time on that because obviously we want to talk about the Rangers.
Right.
But I know you're shocked, and all I have to say is, I've believed in the Oilers this whole time.
Oh my God.
I think talent wins out. However, I think it does, represent a challenge, and I would not be surprised, Tony, if the Oilers lost the next game, head back to Edmonton for Game 6, win that, and then a winner-take-all Game 7 in Dallas. That's how I see this series going. And I just think, there's a lot of firepower on both sides. And it was just a tremendous performance, especially after getting down 2-0 early.
Yeah, I mean, that is like the story of this series is coming back down 2-0. Happened 3 times so far this series now. And I mean, again, who I've been rooting for, but I've spoken about it, the Dallas Stars. And I mean, yes, dude, it's tough, when you're playing an Oilers team that finds themselves, middle of the second period, or really the first period, I guess, really late in the first period. And then just, again, they're skating downhill. Second period, they scored twice. You scored nothing. And I think that really is a testament to what needs to happen for the Stars, one of which needs to be Rupe Hintz and Jason Robertson need to show up. I mean, they were not on the score sheet at all last night. 3 shots each, I believe. Actually, Rupe Hintz had 0 shots on goal, -1 on the ice. Robertson had 3 shots on goal, -2 on the ice. No assists, no goals for either of them. They need to get something going. Dare I say here, Edmonton, Darnell Nurse had a great game for them. Their defense is doing a great job in shutting down the Dallas Stars. And I think the Oilers penalty kill has been perfect through 20 different power play opportunities for their opposing teams. The Dallas Stars, their power play has not, I think, seen maybe 1 goal this series, I want to say. Not entirely sure, but what I've seen, The Dallas Stars power play is absolutely atrocious. And I believe Edmonton, if memory serves me, had a shorthanded goal last night.
They did.
And what honestly did hurt them too, I think in the second period, it was Chris Tanev, a big defensive traded on acquisition by the Stars, blocks a shot from, I think, Draisaitl, goes in the locker room, did not return. That guy leads the postseason in block shots. So I think that was a big reason why Edmonton was able to have so much offense too in the second half of this game. Dallas Stars missing one of their biggest defensemen. That's going to be definitely a huge miss. If next game is not healthy, I would imagine he's going to play anyway. But still, that's tough that he's getting through that. So if you're the Stars, I'm thinking, hey, you were in Edmonton. We're assuming this is going to be a competitive 7-6 game series. It's no sweat off, my ass that we lost. The series is still tied 2-2. They took care of business. They took one, from Edmonton in Edmonton, which is exactly what they needed to do. It's also crazy. I mean, Wayne Gretzky said it during one of the intermission reports too. He said it's one of the craziest playoff series he's ever seen. Just because of the amount of unpredictability these two teams have right now. The fact that it still is tied at 2, I think is a testament to that. And it just seems that 2-goal leads, home ice advantage doesn't even mean anything in some of these games, because we've seen it go either way for each team so far. So, and again, like Brian, I really can't see this game not going 7. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. It makes for very, very intense, productive, entertaining hockey.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens tomorrow in Dallas. Tonight at the Garden, Game 5. It's the Rangers, it's the Panthers, and obviously we talked a lot about what's at stake here in yesterday's show. But just a huge game. Maybe the Rangers getting slighted here. Slight dogs at +105.
That's crazy.
And I guess it's just, Vegas, crunching the numbers rather looking at what they've seen on the ice this season and keeping in mind the resilience of this team. But you could see it on their faces. They know what's at stake here. And it just feels like, Tony, and I know, the 5-4 victory the other day, the offense did kind of carry the team. But other than that, I mean, it's been a lot on the shoulders of Igor. And it just seems like, are we not due for a game? And I know Florida's tough, so you're never due for anything against a challenging opponent. But it really seems like we're due for a very sound defensive performance and offensive performance where, Igor doesn't have to make 50 shots, 50 saves, and that's kind of what I'm feeling here. I know it's going to be tough, but I just think, this team all year has shown us that nothing is too difficult or too hard for them.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree there. I mean, this clearly is definitely, the hardest thing that they've had to get through, hardest obstacle to overcome, the Florida Panthers. But I mean, obviously to say that Igor needs to be on top of his game, I mean, needless to say, it's the playoffs, it's the Eastern Conference Finals. You're on the other end of the ice, 200 feet away. You're seeing, another future Hall of Fame goaltender in Bobrovsky. I mean,
really? I don't know anything about his career.
It's lengthy.
Where did he start?
I don't think was it Florida? No, it wasn't Florida. No, Carolina? Vancouver, maybe? Oh, you know what? I think it was Vancouver. Same place as Jack Hughes.
Oh, no. I think he meant that because Matthew Ryan, you're just the nonsense about Igor being over.
You can't
even take it seriously.
You can't, dude. I would say Vancouver if I had to guess. Damn. No, it wasn't Vancouver. It was the Flyers. I thought he was on Vancouver. That's what you're going to say, Zach? Really? After I said it, it was the Flyers?
The Flyers and the Blue Jackets.
I guess so. But obviously, 14-year career so far. Lengthy, dude. Did win the Vezina back in 2012, it looks like. So clearly, and actually, in 2016 with Columbus twice, dude.
Okay.
So
yeah, no, it's 2.59 career save percentage, 9.15 goals against.
He's been around forever, and to be 35 and to be at the top, not only of your own game, but of the game, is really impressive, dude. So obviously he's going to be, playing like he's been, which is lights out. So I don't know. I don't want to talk about the goaltending matchup. I don't talk about the defense, because I think the biggest issue here for the Rangers has been their offense, their inability to score, inability to hold the puck, for Christ's sake. I don't even think the Rangers need to play necessarily better defense. They just need to play better offense. Because if they hold the puck more, obviously the Panthers don't have the puck.
Yeah, no, you're
and
right.
if you don't have the puck, you can't score. So they're obviously to show up. They're big names to show up. I mean, Panarin has got absolutely shit this entire series.
Oh.
Kreider has scoreless in this series, maybe even pointless. Zibanejad, garbage time right now. Honestly, dude, your top players need to show up, and it's not a matter of figuring out how to do it. It's just a matter of fucking doing it, dude. All right. And this is it. Like this, you talk about the Rangers finding ways to win. It's a tie series. This is game 5 in MSG. You cannot lose this game.
No way.
You really cannot, dude. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, if the Panthers win this game, it's going to be over. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you need to win this game, though. For my sake, for Zach's sake, for your sake over there, for everybody's sake, the Rangers need to win this game at home. And I don't care about the stats. I don't care about 94 right now. I don't care that in the however many game 5s Eastern Conference Finals they've had since 94, they have lost. Okay, every game 5 Eastern Conference Finals since 94, they've lost that game. And I think I want to say it's 7 games and 5 of them were even at the Garden too. So your track record isn't great. But this is where you start to pull away. This is where this team differentiates themselves from any other year the Rangers have been around and proves, furthermore to us, Brian, that they're worthy of hoisting that cup. And Matthew Ryan can eat shit, okay? So that's what has to happen.
That's what has to happen. And what else has to happen is an abbreviated, full-on, quickest you've ever seen hockey frenzy.
All right, you mother jumpers. You said it, Brian. Okay. The Rangers getting slided plus 105 at home, over under as it's been 5.5, which is only went over once in an overtime game. So they obviously have to talk about. But Brian, I'll toss to you right now. What do you have for this game?
All right. Like I said, I think the offense is due to steal the show. Would I love an Igor shutout where, the waning moments, Tony, of the third period where the crowd is shouting Igor, Igor, Igor. I just think it's tough to shut out the Panthers, but I think the offense will do the job. It just came to me right now, but I think it's going to be Rangers 4, Panthers 2, maybe tight early, maybe a 1-1 game after 1, a 2-2 game after 2. But then the guy who is one of the heart and souls of this New York Ranger team, Chris Kreider, we haven't seen much of him this series. 2 goals to close this one out to give the Rangers a 3-2 series lead heading back to Sunrise, Florida.
Absolutely love that there, Brian. I have no doubt that the Rangers are going to win tonight. No doubt in my mind, Matthew. But what I do think is that we're going to see a lot of production from our top forwards here. You mentioned Chris Kreider. I'll nail him a goal. But I'm telling you right now, the star of tonight's game is going to be Artemi Panarin. He's going to have a hat trick in overtime. It's not a natural hat trick, but nonetheless, you will be seeing that leg kick as he scores that game winner in overtime. I think Lafreniere has a goal as well. I want to see the Rangers are going to win this game 5-4 in OT, Brian. So Rangers in the over, baby.
Overtime, 4th straight overtime game. And just like that is your hockey frenzy. Tony, I don't know if you were just looking at something, but I swear you had this face on like the puck was about to drop for this game.
Dude, I'm riled. Dialed in.
Wait, is that what it was?
Like
you were
literally thinking about this game right now. I literally, dude, it's Thursday. There's no shows tonight. It's all fucking game, dude. Yep. Locked in.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
That's right, dude.
Wow.
Josh B.
Josh B is riled. Everybody's riled.
Gotta be, dude.
Aaron and Teague was riled. Maybe Ryan riled, but for the wrong reasons. But definitely can't wait to watch this one. And this is a McDonough special at 8:00, right?
That is correct, dude. You know the deal. Sam Rosen back in the saddle. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, for the radio.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is great, dude.
Let's go.
The 5-game hiatus, went to the hospital, checked out all.
Oh,
fine.
I didn't know. Okay.
So we talked about that, didn't we?
No.
Oh, yeah, went to the hospital because Don was filling in for him.
Okay.
Which obviously Don, I mean, phenomenal job he does.
God, yeah.
But it is going to be great to see Sam Rosen back on the call.
And it was just like a scare, nothing. There's
nothing.
Great.
Tests,
That's great news.
Dude.
So glad to hear that for Sam Rosen. Can't wait to watch the game tonight on ESPN.
Jeremy Sapp.
Yeah.
And before we wrap this up, Michael, I have to ask, because I know it's your specialty here. We do have game 5 tonight. It's the Timberwolves. It's the Mavericks. Is this the game where Luka and Kyrie have the honor of facing off against your favorite player of all time, Jason Tatum?
No. Okay. First of all, I hate Tatum, first of all. And
I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
Yeah, right. Number two, I could see Luka dropping a 40-point triple-double and give me Mavericks by 4 tonight.
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna say Anthony Edwards. After last game, he had that look in his eye. He said, "I've never been swept before. Wasn't gonna be swept here." Game at home. So I still think Dallas will win this back at home for game 6, Tony. But I think for game 5, you're gonna see the T-Wolves pull one more out. I think Edwards, a career high 57 points in this one.
Oh my God.
We're gonna say Timberwolves 120, Dallas 119.
Oh, whoa, dude.
The buzzer. Yes, Tony.
Edwards.
At the buzzer. Edwards at the buzzer.
57 burger.
57. What do you got? What do you got on your side?
I think Dallas puts it away here, dude.
Nothing exciting. It's just nonchalant.
No. I think, I want to say it's going to be a close game. Really, probably, I want to say maybe Dallas does lead early on at halftime, let's say.
Yeah.
Timberwolves come back, fourth quarter. Maybe they dominate the third quarter, go on like a 14-0 run in 2 minutes, whatever, to end the quarter, get it within, let's say, 5. Fourth quarter, solid performance. But I mean, it's Luka, it's Kyrie, dude, it's Doncic nailing down threes when he needs to, playing that mid-range game that he does so well. The floaters, the dribbling, dude, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think, who's their center that got hurt?
Rudy Gobert?
Gafford?
Was it Gafford? They had like a third string center in, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I think, is their center coming
Or is
back?
it Lively?
Derek Lively. Game time decision. I heard he was going to play tonight. Which is going to be huge, dude. The fact that they're going to have that big man there too, I think he'll definitely play a factor. But give me Timberwolves, and I'll mirror Brian a little. Timberwolves, give me Dallas, excuse me, and I'll mirror Brian. Doncic 3 to end it. What was the over under at?
They're low for this. Is it 209?
209.5.
How are the totals 245 in the regular season? I don't
honestly,
understand
dude. Like, do they really does it really like they don't play defense?
Well,
that's actually what it is, dude.
Cool to play defense, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden we're playing defense, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Just give me the over still though, and I say Mavs win this one. I'll say 110 to 107.
There we go.
There we go.
Just like that, another outstanding episode in the books. Michael, really appreciate having you here, man. Good to see you. And a big night tonight.
Rudy Gobert's a fraud.
Rangers. Let's go Yankees. But we really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives in the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume. The merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Again, let's go Rangers! And we'll see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.